Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Glad to be here with you guys on Hump Day. It took my wonderful co-host to remind me that it was Hump Day. These days are all running in together for me, and all I know, I even do my post every day and be like, "Oh, I cut and paste and forgot to change the date." So I apologize. I'm just off on dates here lately. I just have been for a while now. We have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. As you all know, we're celebrating Women's History Month, and we are now 4 days into Women's History Month 3. See, I told you I'm so off. Yesterday I said 2 and 3, and so we're
that's why I have you, Art. I got you. Don't ever forget that. I got you.
You are every woman. You are every woman. The song was written about you. It really was. So I apologize, you guys. We are 3 days into Women's History Month 2021. And coming up on tonight's show, we'll meet an amazing young lady. She is royalty. Her dad was the soul food king of St. Louis. And she has now created her own line of seasonings. And we look forward to talking to the celebrity caterer tonight. Chef JoJo is her name, and we'll talk to her tonight and about her wonderful products and all that great stuff. And then later on in the show, our favorite fitness guru of Touche Fitness, Mr. Tony Hill, is back tonight. Guns are back tonight, and he'll be talking about getting into your spring fitness routine, as well as talking about the importance of you ladies getting out there and working out. It's Women's History Month, and maybe we can do some couples things, some, whatever. And now that, we're opening it back up a little bit, I guess people can work out a little bit more. All right. Well, my co-host is the beautiful Miss K. Renee, the creator of Karen's Nuggets. Hello, my darling. How are you this evening?
I'm good, sweetie. Happy Hump Day.
Oh, happy Hump Day, my love.
Happy Hump Day.
Yes, humping. Yes. So how's your day been today so far?
It just seems all of a sudden, Art, the days are getting busier and busier. Maybe that's a good thing.
Right.
Like you, the days have, because of this vaccine, the vaccine too, but the pandemic, days are just running together. I don't know what day it is. If I don't look at my phone, I'm like, okay, I know today is either Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I'm doing fine. It's good to be alive. It's good to be celebrating Women's History Month, but just like Black History Month, Women's History Month is every day of every year. And I'm so grateful that you take the time to honor women, as I do with Karen's Nuggets. And I'm just fascinated about the contributions and accomplishments that we as women have made to this country and to this world. So it's all good today.
It is. Well, yeah, every day this month on Facebook and on my other social media platforms, I have been profiling women that I have met, and I know their record, their history, that they are who I say they are, and what I pick up from reading about them. So you'll see women of all walks of life, women of different parts of my life on there. And so, that's what I'm doing this month, to pay homage to all the amazing women that had an integral part in my life over the years, and that includes you, my dear. You get to do it live every evening.
Thank you, sweetheart. And let me just say this: the one that you featured today, we both have in common, because Miss Mary D, I call her my godmother. She is just, I had the wonderful opportunity to interview Mary on a personal note. She is, I just love her to life. And so, Mary, if you're listening, we love you. We adore you. And we truly appreciate all the accomplishments you have done. So, love you, Mary.
Yes, we do. We love Mary D. Absolutely. All right. Well, let's get this party started. Joining us tonight is a dear friend of the show, one of my lifelong friends. This gentleman is originally from Chicago, a south suburb. He is now a resident down in Houston, Texas. And as you guys all know, in the last 24 hours, the governor of Houston and the governor of Mississippi, we announced it on the show last night, have taken away the mask mandate. And so I said, listen, I need to talk to somebody that's going to give us the real lowdown in the nitty gritty. And, you know, my brother has pre-existing health conditions, much like myself. And so I'm like, man, look, do we need to come down there with a U-Haul and bring you back home? And so joining us tonight to talk about what all this is about is our good friend, Christopher Big Shug Moore. Yay! Look at that. Right. All masked up.
Oh, got the Greek. All right.
Go ahead. Right. Got that sanitizer, baby. Look, I'm with you. I'm with Chris. Look, what in the Sam Hill is going on down there?
Let me tell you something. You probably the 9th person that reached out to me today. Because I don't watch the news. I don't know what's going on down here. I have my little circle that I run in. I go to Aldi, I go to the gas station, I go to Walmart, and I bring myself back to the house. So in my circle, TV, no time for foolishness. But when I heard that they have released the Beast, oh, did I say that? I'm sorry.
You did. Please say it. Please say it. We need it. Right.
They are out of their mind down here. The people don't know what to do. You know, the African American community is like, oh no, we still rocking our masks. I was in Walmart today, though. Unbeknownst that any of this foolishness is going on. They still had the signs up on the outside saying, you know, masks are required. I went to a couple of places and the masks are still up, but everybody had on masks and there was no issue. I did not see anybody today without a mask on. So I don't know what's going on, but I know as for me and my house, we will be rocking masks until further notice.
That's right.
Because it's foolishness.
Well, you know, on this show, our saying is we will be wearing masks until Juvember of 2025. And we want to remind everybody who's watching tonight, take the pledge, be a part of this mission. If we all want to continue to stay alive, we need to continue to wear these masks. We will be wearing masks until Juvember of 2025. Now, if any of you all can find if you can find Juvember on your calendar, you can start wearing your mask before then. But until Juvember is, you know, like Congress passes it, you know, the president say, you know what, Chat Daddy, that was a good idea. Juvember. That's right. And look, you can rock different masks, match your outfit. Look, they even got church lady masks that match your big old hat and everything. So I don't know. You know, Chris, how are you doing down there? I mean, because you have been telling us here on the show that like restaurants have been open a while. When you came, so what's the deal with the restaurant thing down there?
The restaurant, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe we've been open for a long time, since the beginning of the year, since January, because there's no more waiting, and there's no more. It used to be all drive-through. You go through the drive-through, but now a lot of places, since the weather changed. Other than last week when we got hit with all the snow and ice, everything is open, man. I mean, you can go sit down in a restaurant and have a meal, and there's no time for you to sit there or have to move. I mean, all the restaurants are open, the grocery stores are open, the nightclubs are open, the strip clubs are open. Everything is open, man. So I don't know what they're talking about now. I guess the mandate is just to remove your mask, but things have been open down here for a while. But other than last week when the ice and snow came and shut us down, now see, that's the crazy thing. There's still people down here who don't have lights. There's some people down here who don't have water.
Right.
And now, the big idea is to get rid of the mask. That's just total foolishness to me. I have no idea.
That's your governor speaking, Chris. Governor Abbott. That's the one who mandated. So you remember that when it comes to voting. When he has to be reelected, that's who took the mandate out. That was your governor.
He in big trouble in Little China because the folks is in an uproar down here. Real talk. Folks in an uproar about this. And I'm speaking for the African American community. We got to see the proof in the pudding. So I'm almost positive 99% of us gonna keep rocking our masks, using our hand sanitizer, still using the 6 feet distance. We don't play around with that. Because you think about all the deaths that had manifested over the down here, and Art, you told me the number today. That was staggering.
Brother, you all had 43,000 deaths there, where we've had over 23,000 deaths. In Texas, you all have had over 43,000. And the thing is that somebody said, well, listen, there's more residents in the state of Illinois versus Texas. I said, I still don't care. We've only lost over 23. You all have lost over 40,000 people. And now you're telling people to go willy-nilly, and everybody's not even had the vaccine yet. You know what I'm saying? Are you all, do you even have a mass vaccine distribution center there, Chris?
Yeah, we do. They use the NRG Stadium, which is kind of like, where the Bulls play there. Okay. It's where, football and basketball happens here. It's been a lot of places. In fact, there's at all the Walgreens around the corner from my house on the strip, you can just pull up and drive into the Walgreens and get tested and get on out.
Okay.
That's for the COVID. And then for the shots, they unrolling them out. All the hospitals are now sending out mandates, because usually when you call the hospital, they're like, we don't have it yet. But 75 to 80% of the hospitals have the shots now. So they're rolling all of that stuff out at the same time. But it's all too soon, man. It's all too soon for me. It's like, it's scary, man. It's like they want you to be jacked up. Like Mississippi, and us are the two first states to do it. It's just like it's just a cesspool of despair. Something as bad is about to happen. Our numbers are going to shoot through the roof. They're going to shut everything down again, and we're going to be back to square one. All they got to do is wait. What are we rushing for?
Well, and here's the deal: Mississippi with the highest obesity rate, Mississippi with the highest poverty rate, Mississippi where you have people that are still in rural areas where they may not even have indoor plumbing and electricity and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm with you, Chris. Even though their death rate was low and their case viral loads were low, think about people coming to Mississippi for vacations, visiting. Everybody know we need to go see Big Mama. So all of us from the north that have gotten these shots, we gonna be going down to the Big Mama, but somebody in that car ain't got a shot. And then you know what I'm saying? So Big Mama now,
game is over, and you got to drive through. You got to drive through Mississippi if you're heading to Atlanta.
Think about
the state you got to drive through if you want to go see people over on the East Coast. So it's crazy, man. So like I said, I stay in my circle, man, and I'm home. I'm home on every night. Most people are out on Friday nights. I mean, I still get the invites to a lot of stuff that's going on, record release parties and all that kind of stuff that they're doing down here. But I don't know, man. I know my limitations, and I ain't trying to be, like Art said earlier, all the problems we've been having, and some of my folks have gotten it down here in Texas.
I can imagine.
Whole families are suffering right now. Still. So I don't know what the issue is. I don't know, man.
I know one good thing, Chris, that Kroger, I know you have Kroger in Texas. They are still ensuring that when you enter their stores, you will have to wear a mask. So I'm glad that there are some, at least, corporations that are exhibiting good corporate citizenship by mandating that you wear a mask when you enter their stores. So I'm hoping, with Walgreens as well, because, we have a new sister in charge. She will be in charge in, I think, April 1st, Ms. Rosalind Brewer, to ensure that that all consumers are safe when entering their drugstores, their stores. So I'm hoping that even though the dumb fool Abbott lifted the mandate, there's still probably some good corporations that said, you know what, we care about our employees, we care about our consumers, we want people to be safe.
And just so you guys know that the parent company of Kroger's also own Mariano's, and they own Food for Less. And they will also be offering $100 to the employees if they go out and get the vaccine. And so, I think that's a great incentive. I was just telling Kay Renee, that we need to think about this. If any of us decide that we want to do something back out in the public again, I know I want to work work from home until I can't work from home anymore. But if any of us wanted to go do something in public, whatever, are you ready to re-enter back into the world now with or without the mask? Are you ready to be around mass groups of people?
That's a good question. And that's, because somebody asked me the other day, they're like, Sugar, you going to go back singing again? You're going to start performing again? And I had just texted this on Sunday night. I said, well, when the pandemic is over and the weather changes, it'll be a thought that I have, because I definitely want to get back out, and be on the stage and all that. But I don't know if that's going to work now. You know what I'm saying? Because for the past year, because March made a year that COVID hit,
Right.
you used to doing the complete opposite of what you used to been doing. So now it's become the norm not to do anything. So like you said, Art, to work from home, to stay at home, order out, let them bring your food to your house. You ain't even got to leave. Everybody's become comfortable with that. But going back to the Kroger thing, my son is a manager at Chipotle, and they have the exact same mandate. You can come into the store, but you will always have to have on a mask. Employees always have to have on a mask. When you walk to the door, you have to have on a mask. And sometimes they allow you to sit, and then sometimes they don't. It depends on the flow of the people. So that's a good thing too. Some restaurants make sure that you have on a mask when you come in there. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to check in with you in a couple of days and give you the rundown of what's going down.
Oh, absolutely. We would love to have you on. We would definitely do this on a weekly basis just to kind of check in and figure it out, because my best friend and I were kind of saying, we're coffee fanatics and we're coffee snobs, and our favorite coffee shop, they still have not allowed people to come in there and sit. And we both believe that they're doing that because of the vagrants that would come there, people that would make it their office all day long. And so, but a lot of those places like that, and quite a few of the fast food restaurants are not allowing you to sit in there. You get it to go and that's it. So, I kind of think that's good. Yes.
Let me pose a question. Maybe we can find this out by the next time I see you. What are the churches doing? What are they going to do? I mean, because you got some of these huge churches, man.
Right. Mega churches, right.
Mega churches. What are they doing? I mean, you can do bedside Baptist for so long,
right?
But you got 5,000 people in your sanctuary, and now you only allowing 10 or 11 in. How you going to maintain the structure? How you going to pay the bills? How you going to keep the lights on?
Right. Well, I had a public appearance this past Sunday, and it was at a historic church, and it was due to Black History Month. It was beautiful. First Emmanuel Lutheran Church. Shout out to everybody there. And they only had, including the film crew, 25 people in the entire place. Whoa. Spaced out. It was spaced out. But what they did is they broadcast everything via Zoom. And they were so good at what they did that we were able to take questions from the audience, hear the people, everything. So shout out to all these church television ministries for doing the doggone thing and learning how to, pivot in this pandemic. And shout out to all the young people, because I take it's the young people that know how to make all this happen. It really is. That's right. Right. No, they had us so social distance that even the bottled water I had asked for to be on the dais when I spoke, they had it hermetically sealed in a plastic bag. You know what I'm saying? So, right. So no, they did a great job. But I'm like you, Chris, when it's a church of 5,000-10,000 like that, I don't know what they're going to do. What you think, Kay Renee?
Well, I'm hoping they'll still follow CDC protocol, and depending upon their city, like for instance here in Chicago, if like our church, for instance, Christ Universal Temple can seat 10,000. I would think they may do 50% capacity, and they would have to monitor that. So and I'm sure there are a lot of small churches who they may not be technologically savvy. They may have gone out of business. Because a lot of if you know the history of the Black church, there are a lot of older members are in congregations. They're getting acclimated to Zoom and how to use their phone to look down, to download things. But I would, and no one has really talked about that. I'm glad both of you posed this. I wonder how many churches have survived during this pandemic. Not the big churches. I'm talking about these storefront churches. Like where I live, you can count the number of churches from 79th all the way to 95th. How many churches are still viable now after the pandemic? That would be interesting.
Yep, surely would.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine, K. Renee, who does have a church like that. Most of his congregation is Miss Mother, Ma'am. That type. It's not so much us as much as everybody in there is Miss Mother. And so the one thing, you and I both were talking about our aunts who are in their 80s and 90s and how they both are Jehovah's Witness and they both have, gotten to the iPad. That's what I told my friend. I said, listen, you might have to get your shot by each Miss Hattie that's been a faithful member, an iPad. Once everybody's safe, teach her how to use that iPad, because he said they weren't still giving their tithes every week, that he would go by and they would leave the tithes in the mailbox or drop it down. So a lot of these Miss Hatties have been continuously giving to the church, but it's this new way of dealing with things. So yes, absolutely. So I don't know. It's a new world. It really is a new world.
We're gonna find out. I bet there's gonna be some COVID parties going around. Coming up on a 1-year anniversary.
Oh no.
They're probably jamming in Florida with spring break, Chris.
But to Florida's credit, look,
you don't tell true.
Right. My future home, Florida's credit. Let me say this: they are mandating things. I read the news and watch the news there continuously, and they are really not playing with people down there in Florida, southern, along that coast, about breaking the rules. And they did have those rules in place back when I was there in November. So I don't know. Yeah, I do not know. So, wait, Miss Janet Crawford has a great comment. She says, sorry, but many churches started doing stuff via the internet over 10 years ago. Churches believe that the internet is a tool provided by God. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Any church that's doing that's a smart move. It really is a smart move way before then. Well, Brother Chris, before we let you out of here, we're going to do our mask demo. But I'm curious to know, brother, we both are gentlemen with pre-existing health conditions. When are you getting that jab? Are you getting that jab? Or are you just kind of going by faith and just kind of sit it out? What do you think?
Well, my nephrologist, she questioned me about it maybe about 2 weeks ago when I go to see her on Monday. She said she definitely wanted me to get it because of all of my pre-existing health conditions. She did not want me to be not under the fold of the parameters of what's supposed to keep you safe. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle right now. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my son about it. He said he don't know. I don't know. It's I gotta wait and see what's going on, because I think it's like 3 or 4 different ones now. Johnson & Johnson has one, I think, and 2 other places have it, and a couple of my brothers and sisters have gotten it. I don't know, bro. I've been worried about it for a minute, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, after losing actress and comedian Erica Watson this past weekend to COVID, my mind has just not been right. And just like Erica, I'm a people person. I can be in the grocery store now, mask on, whatever, and people will literally hug me, and I just want to have that extra layer of protection. And as I said on Monday night's show, you can give me the Moderna, the Pfizer, and the J&J. I'll take all 3 of them, because I just want to make sure, at least I have another coat of armor on to protect me, and that's all I can say about that.
Now, let me ask a quick question. Now, it's 2 shots, right? It's released in 2 different, or is it 3 shots, 3 different shots?
No, it's 2 shots. If you get Pfizer and Moderna, it's 2 shots. Right. Go ahead, Kay Renee. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were saying the same thing. Go ahead, sweetie.
And if it's Johnson & Johnson, it's only 1 shot. But here's the deal.
Correct.
That Johnson & Johnson may not be out quick enough. It may be hard to get. That Johnson & Johnson may be for, people, teachers, whatever. Right now, I can wait the 2 weeks between the period, because I need to make sure I'm not growing horns, extra titties, nothing. So, I just want to make sure. I just want to. So at this point, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying, right? I just want to make sure ain't nothing else extra growing. You know what I'm saying? So, our good friend Lynn Klein. Hey, Lynn, we love you. She got her second shot today, and for the most part, I've seen people. Dee Dee says she's gotten hers and she's fine. I know a few people said they had a little fever, a little soreness, whatever they said, but they, took something, laid down, got back up, and they was good. So, right, they were good to go. Yeah, so it is. Okay, Renee, what else, my dear, you want to add to this conversation?
No, Chris, I definitely can sense your concern by definitely talking with your physician. But all in all, you pray to the Most High, and He always gives us guidance. So, when it's my turn, initially when the vaccine was about to be rolled out, like you, I was extremely concerned. But the more information I get, the more people who have been very honest and candid about letting everyone know that they've gotten the shot, it makes me feel a little bit comfortable. So when it's my time, I'm definitely getting the shot. Now, my preference is the Moderna, because I've heard of all the 3 vaccines, Moderna is the most effective as far as the percentage. But and I will be willing to take those 2 shots, one shot and the other 2 weeks later. But whenever it's available for me, because I want people who are the frontline workers, people who have pre-existing conditions, let them get their shot first, because I'm doing my part, wearing my mask, and in most instances doubling up, practice social distancing, washing the hands thoroughly with soap and water. Can't get that hand sanitizer, and just again continuously be aware of my surroundings. So at the end of the day, I want you to feel comfortable, but if your physician suggests that you take the shot, you should, if you're able to, but you have to have some comfort level.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, live and learn. I'm doing some research on it, and I got a couple of people that I know personally that have taken it, the first and second shot. So I don't know. Okay. I'll let you guys know when I jump through the hoop.
All right, and let me know if you grow any titties and horns, please. Any extra titties and horns. Somebody just said we're gonna have a late night cable show, right? Right, a new cable TV show, right? Horns and titties, right? Right. So if any of you all have grown horns and titties doing this, please let us know extra, because some of y'all already got them. But if you got any extra horns and titties from this vaccine, we would love to have you on the show. We would. All right. Well, with that being said, Illinois public health officials administered 82,449 coronavirus vaccine dosages yesterday. This now brings the total number of dosages that was given out statewide to 2,900,341. The number of people who have gotten both shots so far is 906,490 cases, and that's 7.11% of the total population of the state of Illinois. Now, on the flip side, Illinois public health officials reported 2,104 new confirmed and probable cases of COVID-19. Unfortunately, we had 44 additional deaths. This now brings the total number of infections in the state of Illinois to 1,191,520 cases. And our death total, I'm sorry, I had said 23,000. I thought it was just 20,000. 626 deaths, and I had said 23, but that's Texas that had 43. So my apologies, I correct that. So Lord have mercy, Lord have Booker T saying nothing wrong with some extra titties. All right now,
okay, freak, Booker T,
freak, right? Freak. I just love it. I do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wait. Preston said, I heard that the shot increases the penis size too.
Lord.
Oh boy.
Late night show. The facial expression you gave, Chris, was priceless. To see the look on your face the moment you saw that.
I thought this was a TV show, man. I thought this was
then I know a lot of people need to line up and go get that shot twice, 3 times, maybe a bunch of times, maybe a dozen times. Right. Maybe
Forgive
you
me,
need to go get a monkey.
Graciela.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me for I have sinned. All right. As you guys
Forget
are
whatever,
forgive me.
Graciela. Let's go get the shot.
Right. Right. So you mean to tell me the COVID shot makes your penis bigger? Is that what they trying to say? Well, if that's the case, baby, then honey, I know people, y'all need to be in that line 24/7. I look, right. It's gonna be women getting men to get them shots tomorrow, like you right. Oh,
Oh,
Booker T,
jeez.
no, he lying. Come talking about 2 shots equal 2 more inches. Oh my lord, Papa, no,
Oh,
not
Jesus.
tonight, not tonight, not tonight. So we want to remind you guys,
Oh,
we are gonna have to ask that of a doctor. She can't even stop laughing, poor thing. Well, as you guys all know, we are a health and wellness show. Each and every night, we remind you that we're in
oh,
the middle of
Jesus.
a global pandemic. It's almost been a year since we've been dealing with COVID-19. And so, in order to help curb this virus, we're asking everyone to please participate in wearing your mask. Our good friend, Mr. Chris Big Shug Moore, is down in Texas, and he was on the show with us tonight to talk about hell no, y'all. He's still wearing his mask. So make sure you guys wear your mask. My mask tonight says smile. I just love it. Make sure you pull your mask nice and tight. They are suggesting you might want to wear a paper mask under your decorative mask to just have that added protection. So please make sure you wear your mask. Another thing we want to remind you guys to do is to sanitize. Wash your hands. Soap and water is the number one thing you can do if you have soap and water readily available. If not, we ask that you please use hand sanitizer. Put it in your hand. On this show, we call ourselves Sexy Sanitizer. First, you got to do it sexy. Now, if not, you get fired. All right, so sexy. Let's see, look how we do. Oh, gone, Chris. Oh, right. Oh, he rubbed around it. Okay, look. And so we real sexy just doing the sanitizing. Okay, make sure you get between your fingers. Look how sexy that is. We have an OnlyFans page later on tonight that this turns you on. You can pay us. You can pay us to do this. So rub your hands nice and look, this sexy, this real sexy. Now make sure you dry your hands before you touch somebody, because if you touch certain areas of the body, it will burn. And if you're lighting a candle or a cigarette or whatever you enjoy at night, make sure your hands are dry first, okay? And then we remind you guys to make sure you do 6 feet of distance. Social distance is important. How we do it on this show? 6 feet this way, 6 feet this way, 6 feet that way. You can tell we were all former flight attendants. Yes. All right. So make sure you get 6 feet of social distance in between you. And if you're not feeling well, what do we say on this show? Keep your ass
in the house.
You ain't got nowhere to
World
go.
blow up.
Yeah, please keep your ass in the house. Stay safe.
right.
Nobody will miss you. If you call your job and tell them you're not feeling well, they will probably say keep your ass in the house. They'll say it a little bit better than we did, but they will tell you to keep your ass in the house. Okay. All right. That's all we're gonna tell you. All right. Well, brother Chris, we just love and appreciate you so much. In closing, what do you want to say to everybody tonight? You will come back weekly and kind of give us a report to let us know, because all I can see is shenanigans and foolery down there in Texas. So go right ahead,
and Mississippi.
Tomfoolery at its finest. Yeah, I will check in, but you ain't got to worry about me. I'll be in the house. As for me and my house, we will be in the house. So I have no issues with it. I ain't trying to get out there to do nothing. There's nothing out there in the streets anyway. Get your groceries, get your gas, get your bottled water, and head on back to the house. That's it. You got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got, and then Friday, the big movie's coming out on Friday. So you got to be home to watch that. Coming to America Part 2. It's coming out Friday. You got Amazon Prime, so get your food, get your snacks, be on in the house. Don't need to be out there in the street in that foolishness. I'm not doing it. No, sir.
Absolutely. You know what we'll have to talk about one night is that dating. What if both people get the shot? Is it okay to now hang out and see each other and all of that? So we'll have to talk about that next week when you come back, because that's a question that a lot of people would like to know. Is it okay for me and people to hang out one evening? Right?
It's gonna be just like when they ask you about your credit when you go on your first date. How's your credit?
Right, you know you hit a button with this woman sitting right here now. You know, right? Yo, why did you bring that up to K. Renee? We'll talk about all of that next
I'm about
week.
to get off. So
Right. We got another guest coming on.
Love you, Chris.
Love you all right,
ladies and gentlemen.
On the pew.
Thank you. We love you so much. Christopher Big Chug Moore, Chicago's very own, living down in Houston. Thank you, brother. God bless. We'll talk to you next week.
Stay safe.
All right. Very good. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
goodness.
those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on this wonderful Wednesday evening. You know, on this show, we have a saying that we will probably be wearing masks on this show until Juvember of 2025, and we want to remind everyone to please join us in this crusade. If you happen to find Juvember on a calendar before Juvember actually is a voted month, then you can stop wearing your mask, but we want everybody to stay safe and wear their mask. The lovely young lady in the box next to me, over there is the one and only Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. She's our co-host, and we're so glad that she's here with us this evening. Well, our next guest tonight, we are honored to welcome her to the show. She is actually St. Louis royalty. Her dad had a famous St. Louis soul food restaurants, and as you guys all know, St. Louis is known for its soul food. Her dad, J.T. Brown, she has made quite a career for herself. She's a celebrity chef. Now, K. Renee, her bio is amazing. Listen, she has catered for celebrities, athletes, including Ricky Smiley, Tyler Perry, Wiz Khalifa, T.I., 50 Cent, Ice Cube. Do we need to say any more? So now here's the deal. We don't. No. But here's the deal. Out of all of her catering and feeding all these people, she has now gone into the seasoning business. And when I tell you all, this stuff is the business. It really is. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the fabulous Chef JoJo. Yay!
Hey, I got my man.
Oh, yay!
Now, sanitizer.
Yay!
Chef JoJo, you gotta send me your mask now.
You're right. We gotta get your mask. Right.
I definitely will.
Oh,
hey,
my God.
You had me cracking up about those shots.
Babe.
Hey, when I get over here, I'm going to tell my husband, he going to say, oh, Lord, they didn't get you started about that.
Yes. Look, somebody put on the screen talking about they heard you get 2 more inches if you get 2 shots. And I'm thinking, look, these people going to run out of vaccine in 2 days.
Hey. Now, I bet you a whole bunch of people be in that line.
Right.
You better believe it.
I know.
JoJo, it is such a pleasure to welcome you to the show this evening. It's an honor. Please tell everybody your backstory. You are royalty in St. Louis, and then we'll talk about how you created this wonderful business. And it's an honor to have you on for Women's History Month tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you for having me. Well, it goes all the way back to my grandfather. My grandfather was an artist and a painter. He was here in Atlanta, and he did majority of the civil rights signs that you saw them marching with. Wow. He did those signs. And so my dad started a bookstore when my mother was pregnant with me in Kansas City, Missouri. And it carried all of Black history books, anything about Black people, it carried. And a person that used to come to the bookstore every time he was in Kansas City was Muhammad Ali. So, yes. So my dad, that's all he ever talked about was, you just don't understand. You was in your mother's belly when Muhammad Ali would come to the bookstore. So he moved back to St. Louis, and he started opening up nightclubs, restaurants. He was one of the first Black promoters to start doing concerts in St. Louis. Wow. So he had over 10 restaurants, maybe 4 to 5 nightclubs, and it trickled down to myself and my brother. So at the age of 18, I opened up my first restaurant.
Wow.
And so by the age of 32, I had 5 kids, a husband, and 4 restaurants.
Oh my God. Look, you don't even look like any of that. You know what I'm saying?
She need to write a book about how to have all them children.
and run restaurants. And at the age she said, you know what I'm saying? That's incredible. That is incredible.
Yes. And then I end up 2 years later had another one because we have 6 kids all together. So that was the last one. And
what are the age ranges of your children?
25, 21, 19, 17, 15, and 14.
Okay, so you almost done.
Wow.
Almost done. Okay. Right.
And we almost done. Because we got to count down how many more we got to go.
Right. Yes. Well, thank you, Lord.
Down.
Yes.
But the good thing about it is they are helpful. They help in the business, even though they're going to school. My son is going to school to be a lawyer. My daughters are going to school in the medical field. But they still help me in the food business.
Good.
So I was in St. Louis with the restaurants and catering, and probably around 37. I'm 45 now.
Okay.
37 was when I did my first celebrity catering, and that was for Tyler Perry.
Wow.
And
tell the story. You must tell that story. How that happened.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you about this. I'm gonna tell you how God is, because I am a praying woman that I got from my mother, and I just know what's for you is for you. And
yes,
Tyler Perry came to town. He was looking for a caterer. So it was a person that knew me that was in the promoting business that kind of dropped my name to his promotion team. So they gave me a call and they were like, okay, can you send us a bid? Sent them the bid, and they were excited about it. So I'm already getting ready. I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is a chance of a lifetime. And then I get a call the next day and said, hey, he's going with somebody else. I said, what? He told me that I was going to get the job. What? So I'm going to tell you what I did. I called my mom, my sister, my godparents, and I told them what happened. I said, guys, we need to go on a 24-hour fast and believe God that he's going to turn this back in my favor. They said, let's do it. And we did that for 24 hours. We prayed, we fasted. The next morning, his manager called me and said, JoJo, we were waiting for another menu. I said, well, someone called me and said that I didn't get the job. He said, listen, you got the job. You listen to me. You have the job. So you show up tomorrow at 6 a.m. I said, well, yes, sir. I will be there.
Wow.
And
praise God.
What I did is what I tell people all the time: go over and beyond. It doesn't matter if you have to spend a little extra money. And when I tell you I went over and above. And so when you first get backstage, especially with high A-list celebrities, it's certain protocols. So he said, now listen, Mr. Perry is not going to come back to the green room. You're going to take his food to his dressing room and make sure no phones. I said, no problem. So, but what I did was I made it an experience backstage. We had 3 days. The first day, I had real fish and fish bowls in the middle of the table as a centerpiece. And then I had ice sculptures shaped as Medea.
Oh my God.
So what do you think happened? he came back there and said, "Where is JoJo?" And he said, "You did your thing. I've never seen anybody do this."
Yes.
And so from that moment on, my name just got passed. It was word of mouth. Because now that was an investment, because I didn't make anything on that, because I spent more, but that was okay for me because it brought me so many other opportunities. So that's when we moved to Atlanta, and I started doing a lot of concerts here and corporate clients. So money was good. And then March 15th hit, and 2020 COVID. So I get to call the 16th. We were kicking off the concert series with Common and Erykah Badu. The 15th, so if the concert is the 16th, it's the 15th, we're already ready. So I get the call and they say, "JoJo, the concert is canceled." I said, "What? The tickets are not selling?"
Right.
And it's like, "No, you're not watching the news."
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, but what are you talking about?" He said, "They're shutting Atlanta down."
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is going to pass. But when I got the call from my corporate client saying that we won't see you into 2021 or 2022, I said, "Oh my God." So we had over 40 concerts lined up for 2020. Everything was canceled. So now you got to look at where I am. No concerts, no corporate clients, nothing. So I'm not doing anything. So then that's that critical moment where I had to decide, am I going to sink or swim? So what I had to do was swim. And I sat back, and I had my father, before he passed, he was my confidant. He's the person that I would call and say, "Hey, what do you think?" So when he died, my brother took the reign, as well as my husband. So I was talking to my husband, and I was talking to my brother, and I said, "You know what? I know God is doing something, but what do you think I need to do?" And my brother said, "Well, you always say everything you need is always around you. So what you have to do is just think about what's already around you and just pick it up and go with it." So I sat there and I looked at the seasoning, because I launched the seasoning 10 years prior, but I didn't do any promotion. I was just giving it to different celebrities, and Cheryl Underwood, she did a prompt to commercial for it 10 years ago. Little did I know I would be using that today. So I got the seasoning, I rebranded everything. And so from March to October, I just was in a bubble, and I grinded that whole entire time until I launched the seasoning on October 25th.
Wow.
And the rest is history. I mean, it was a twofold thing for me. I got the rest that I really needed, and something else came out of it. A vision that I had been working on for so many years has finally come to pass.
Well, JoJo, let me say this. Your box was so beautiful. And the funniest thing is, when the box arrived, and Kay Renee, I have a few items for you in the box as well, too. And I meant to get them to you, but we had a traffic right. So JoJo, I'm even gonna do you a little video and post it when I do cook something.
Now,
but
we had send her some, but we not doing no secondhand stuff.
Okay, all right. I will make sure your publicist get her information too then. Okay, amen. Well, girl, look, Kay Renee, make sure you do your weights, because honey, the box was so heavy. I think I got a hernia. And so, JoJo, I want to talk to you about some of the magic that's in this box, like the yummy yam seasoning. Now, let's talk about what is the yummy yam seasoning.
The yummy yam seasoning was the whole purpose of the seasoning was designed after the issue with my sister. My sister can't cook. We're the total opposite. Okay. And she would get frustrated on, hey, how do you cook this? And I would tell her all this different stuff. And she's like, that's too much. I'm not doing that. That's too much. Would you just mix it all together and bring it to me? So what I end up doing was putting all that together. So instead of you using sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, everything, all you have to do is take what's in that bag, put it in your yams or your sweet potatoes with butter and water. It's done.
Wait a minute. You said the magic words, JoJo, because Art will tell you I make the best sweet potato pies in the Midwest. So you definitely need to send me that because I will be making my pies with your seasoning.
Yes. And you can make I make sweet potato pies with that. I make baked sweet potatoes, yam, sweet potato souffle. Yes. So it saves you time and money because you don't have to buy all those different seasonings and space because you don't have to have all those different seasonings and clogging up your cabinet. You just need that one bag and pour it in there and let it cook and it's done.
Because wait, JoJo, when I just read this, it said 435 servings per container.
Yes.
So really, your product is fortified, as they would say. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
I can't wait, JoJo. I cannot wait.
I'm telling you, you will enjoy that. I'm telling you. A lot of people love that, especially people that don't know how to make yams. See, you're a pro because, like you say, you got the best sweet potato pies. But a lot of people don't know what to put in yams. They put syrup and they do too much. And you don't have to do all of that.
Right. Yeah. Wow. This is so amazing. So let's talk about some of the other products that you offer. You offer rubs. So what else is that you offer?
We have what you probably have right now. We have the shrimp batter. And what I did was I sold over 1 million tons of shrimp in St. Louis. I was the shrimp king. So what I did was that recipe that I used is in that bag. So that flavor that we sold in St. Louis is in that bag, as well as the fish meal. Those are that, and I tell people that's why I say you're not just buying a product, but you're buying love and legacy because I put love in that product and it was birthed for legacy because that's my legacy in that package. So that's 45, 50 years of recipes in that bag. So that's, I told one lady, she was like, well, how did you do that? I said, do you know, it took me over 1.5 years. I sat with a food chemist to create my recipes. I didn't go to someone and say, hey, can you just make me up a seasoning? Those are exact, my dad's, mine, of exact recipes that we use. And we work with the chemist and they got it just right. It took 1.5 years for it to be just like I would like it, but it's there. So every product that you use, that's a family legacy.
Wow. Well, JoJo, I'm gonna tell you this much. I did pop some popcorn and I put the garlic, onion, lemon, pepper on the popcorn. And
I've never heard that.
Look, I create some things now. I'm a chemist in the kitchen now. I'm a little girl. I'll take a little of this and a little of that. And yes, ma'am, I pop me some popcorn and I put the lemon, onion, and garlic powder seasoning on and it was delicious. And I noticed on you all's website, it was like, you'll never take fast food again. It really felt as if I was eating, like chicken from these places that put the lemon pepper. It was great. It was really good. My popcorn and this seasoning was great.
Oh, I'm gonna try that because my husband loves popcorn. I'm gonna tell him that. I never thought about that.
Yep. And you might want to put a little truffle oil on it. And maybe some grated Parmesan cheese. And this is so good. This is a winner right here. Yeah, so look, hey Renee, you wasn't getting this out of my box. Winner,
That's all right.
chicken dinner. You get your own box.
I'm getting my own box.
See, look at how God works things out. Yes,
because I'm sending you your own box.
Yes, absolutely. Kay Renee, you always end with our guests on that most powerful question you always asked our guests.
Yes.
Go right ahead. Seeing that this is Women's History Month, JoJo is definitely a phenomenal woman. And we just love her to pieces. Go right ahead, Kay Renee, with your question for our guests.
First of all, Chef JoJo, as most people don't know, your full name is Joanna. But you're lovingly called JoJo. I just want to say it's a pleasure meeting you. And when I bake my sweet potato, I got to send you a pie. So then you'll understand why I bake the best sweet potato pies in the Midwest. But
I love sweet potato pie.
I can tell you, besides your husband, besides your brother, and your beloved dad, because I can tell, like you, I'm a daddy's girl. Who inspires you the most to be the best Chef JoJo this universe has ever seen?
Oh my gosh, who inspires me the most outside of this? This may be so cliche, but I have to. My mother, this woman raised 3 kids by herself and took a bus to work in snow, sleet that took her an hour and a half to get to every day and never complained. We had to stay with my grandmother and she never complained. She never complained to my dad because, even he was that Rolling Stone dad. So he wasn't there on financially for my mother. And she never complained. And that woman taught me so much strength. And she is the one that instilled faith and substance inside of me. So I know that, a lot of people say, but my mom is the person that I look up to outside of my father. She's that chick. She is that woman for me, because that woman, when I tell you, is a strong woman, 5'1" and strong. Oh my God. I know people always say my mom is the best. No, but my mom, she is A1 and she is Mrs. It.
Mrs. It. Is she Mrs. It? Is she Mrs. It? I love it. I really do. JoJo, real quick, I'm working on something behind the scenes here to put up for my audience tonight because I think we have a little treat for everybody. Kay Renee, while I'm doing that, go ahead and keep talking to JoJo real fast.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to be fast friends, JoJo, and whenever you come to Chicago, it's on. You can come and cook in my kitchen. We can. And I'm hoping I'm going to put this nugget in you that you need to, if you haven't created a book, you need to do so.
It's coming out Mother's Day.
Oh, excellent. I can't wait.
And the name of it is called Seasonings of Life. And what I did was couple recipes with life stories. So with each recipe, you get a life story with it. So
excellent.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You let me know because I will buy it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I want autographed copy.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. All right. Yes. So guess what, you guys? Because JoJo is our wonderful guest this evening, her products are really great. JoJo, before we let you go, you're really doing something to help children in the kitchen since this pandemic.
Yes.
Let's talk about that real quick before you run tonight.
Okay. Yes, the kid seasoning is basically the sister seasoning to the adult seasoning. It's the same exact seasoning, but it's in a kid-friendly packaging. So so your child, you can cook in the kitchen with your child. And with kids, because I have 6, I know that they want their own products because they want to feel like a little chef in the kitchen. They don't want to keep using mom and dad products. So you have your product and the kids have their product, And what I found is when kids cook together with their family, they begin to eat better. So
Yes.
allow them to get their hands dirty with the seasoning, and their palates will change if you allow them to help you in the kitchen. And the one way you do that is by giving them something that makes them feel like that they're doing something that's kid friendly, which is colorful and fun.
I love it. I do. So listen, you guys, if you want to get become a part of JoJo's wonderful world, beautiful website, discounts, offers, all type of things. But because she was a guest tonight, it is Women's History Month, and we want to expose this audience to the finer things of JoJo's seasoning. You can go to jojoseasoning.com, and if you put in love and legacy, you'll get a 25% discount on your order. And when I tell you guys, she has all different types of seasonings. She sent me a box so I would have a variety, but you can pick and choose. She has a lot of wonderful things on there. And a little bit of seasoning goes a long way. You know, most times you buy something like this, and honey, this is one fish fry. No, this is not meant for, you know, this is multiple fish fries in here, and it's very good. Hey, JoJo, real quick question. Somebody texted me and said, what about air fryers? Everywhere we've been going now, we see they're making mixes for air fryers. Now, can yours be used in air fryers or no?
But what you have to do when you're using it for air fryers is just like if you're using the fish batter for the air fryer, you have to use it like you would bake it. So what you would do is put the batter on it, but you will spray vegetable oil or olive oil on top of it.
Okay.
Because cooking in the air fryer is like you're frying in the oven.
Okay. So yes, it can be used, because somebody texted me and said, well, can our products be used in the air fryer? So remember, you guys, you batter the fish and then spray it in the air fryer so it'll get that crispiness that you want from it. So yes. All right. Well, fabulous, honey. It was just amazing to have you here for Women's History Month.
It was. Thank you guys so much. I've been so excited and waiting to talk with you guys.
Yes.
You know, you say that I'm royalty, and the same to you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you so much. We just, you know, wanted to have this time with you tonight. Once your book is finished, and you can come back and hang out with us one evening. And, you know, we all have our fingers crossed that eventually we will get back to some type of normalcy. You know, on this show, JoJo, we said we're going to be wearing our mask until Juvember of 2025.
Hey, I'm with it.
Yeah, hello. Right. Look, JoJo. I got them to match every outfit. Look, JoJo, every outfit. Look, right.
I swear I don't know what people complaining about. I make sure I keep my mans wherever I go.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Look, I'm trying to look. I'm even trying to come up from mask for sex. You understand me? Right. Some of these people been using them anyway before now, so I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Right. But we love you, JoJo. We really do.
Love you too.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that if you want to buy her seasonings, hold on one second, we'll let you out of here. JoJo's Seasoning, no S, you guys.com, jojoseasoning.com. You'll get a 25% off discount on your order. Use the word love and legacy for that 25% discount. We love you, my darling. We will see you soon. Thank you, JoJo.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye, JoJo.
Bye. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
That was
She's
so
just
amazing.
Oh
Isn't she fabulous?
Adorable, and just, you know, a true mom. And what I love about her spirit, because, you know, it is cliche to say who inspires you, but, you know, when she said the backstory about praying, you know, there's a lot of mothers, and I'm sure your maternal grandmother as well as your mom were some praying women. When you have a woman who can pray, I mean, that connection is right to the source. So I am just, the fact that she's, you know, she was mentioning that her children are doing different careers, but her son's a lawyer. She's going to need an attorney for the business. Her daughters are going to med school. They can be doing something for the business. So she's created such a legacy for her family. I'm in awe. Just an awe.
Very good. Well, that's what Women's History Month is all about. So make sure you guys tune into the Thursday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Coming up tomorrow night, we're going to talk about re-entering into society now that restrictions are being lifted. We talked to our good friend, Brother Chris down in Houston. Sister girl, Miss Kim Coleman, Sister Girl Speaks, will be here with us tomorrow. So you know she'll have a lot to say about what's going on in Texas and Mississippi and the latest political stories. And then tomorrow night we'll meet a young lady by the name of Eva Rue, and she's a wonderful vocalist. Eva has a wonderful story to share. It was so funny. Her people were trying to get her booked on the show, and I was working with them, and but God, we ran into each other in the parking lot of a Target, and we were both laughing. She comes to my Chat Daddy, is that you? And I looked, and she says, and look, we both looking just like, you know, we wasn't all glamorous, all of that. And it was God that we ran into each other in the parking lot of Target. She'll be here tomorrow night, and she's also going to entertain us. She's going to perform tomorrow night. So we're looking forward to Miss Eva Rue joining us tomorrow night here on the show. My co-host is the amazing Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. She's sitting over there in her box. I'm over here in my box. Are we social distancing, darling? See,
we are. Absolutely.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? We're social
and doing it fabulously.
Yes, we appreciate that. We do. Well, our next guest this evening is no stranger to the show. This is his second appearance, and we appreciate him so much. He is the gentleman behind Touche Fitness. He's based out of Las Vegas, Nevada, one of my favorite cities. And whenever he's here, he brings the guns and personality. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the show. What you say, Kay Renee? Yes, Lord. Yeah, all together now. Yes, Lord. Let's welcome back to the show, Mr. Tony. Yes, Lord. Here. Yay!
Woo, Jesus. Thank you. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Let me get the window open. Hi, Tony.
Look, winner, chicken dinner. Yes.
Woo, Jesus.
Hey, Tony, how you doing tonight?
This year, Chat Daddy, this year, I'm looking forward to the ripe old age of 62.
Wow, Tony. We love it, Tony. We love it. We love it. We love it. Every time you tell us your age, we are just in awe. And we do. We appreciate you so much. Tony, real quick, refresh the audience with your background real quick. Tell them everything about how amazing you are. And then let's get into whatever it is you want to talk about in honor of Women's History Month and us getting fit this spring.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, a little bit about me. I've been in the industry for a little over 30 years. I'm a life coach, author, motivational speaker. And I actually serve others. And I think that's what you sum it up to. I serve others in the area of mentorship, especially, men as well, because it's very important. No woman wants a lazy man, right?
Amen.
I knew she was going to say
that. And so I've been traveling. I've taught Touche all around the world. I just moved back to the United States in 2016. So I'm kind of acclimating a little bit back into America. Fitness has been my passion. Results have been my destiny. And what I want to do for everyone is that if you don't have a life, you don't have hope. And if you don't have hope, you don't have, right? So the thing about fitness or wellness to me in my life as a soldier, I'm a veteran. I was in law enforcement for 14 years, internal affairs, weaponless self-defense instructor for the state of California, and teacher. So I've done a lot, and given a special shout out to International Sports and Science Association for their support. I have an accredited course. Touche is actually an accredited course. You can get 8 continued education units for taking the course. And what I want to talk to you guys about is actually know your body type. Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. We want to hear that. We really do.
Yes, we do.
And I'm curious to see what you're gonna say about these body types, because I'm sure during this pandemic we've all become pairs. We've all probably have become many of us ain't cucumbers still. We probably pairs now.
But you know what's so interesting though is like I do this, you guys. I do this. I travel and I speak, and I'm doing this. I'm working on a tour right now. It's called Know Your Body Type Tour. Mm-hmm. So what it is that know your body type is actually the nucleus or the beginning of change. If you don't know that, then you don't know what to eat, how to exercise, how long to exercise. You really don't know anything. There's 3 body types: endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph body. There's 4 to 7 different shapes in each body type, like you mentioned, pear, cucumber, rectangle, circle. But the body type actually tells a person how much weight you can carry or what your potential weight gain is versus your weight loss. So what I do when I see people, I actually look at their body types. And first I look at the wrists. The wrist tells a lot about the skeletal structure. There's no such thing as being big boned.
Really, Tony? Because I was told that. My grandmother said you just big boned.
I thought I'd say that. To all you ladies out there, there's no such thing.
My grandmother told me that, Tony. My paternal grandma said, Renee, you just big bone. Don't worry about it. You be all right. So now I gotta erase that memory.
I'm from Indiana, and I know how that works, right? So what happens is that if you an endomorph, right? For example, an endomorph has they can actually get fat. They're actually a round body, right? A mesomorph is an athletic body with the potential to be an endo, which is fat. An ectomorph is a very skinny person. You know how you guys get so jealous, oh my God, that person can't gain no weight. That woman is skinny every time I see her. Well, that's not necessarily mean.
That skinny heifer, right. that skinny heifer. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that she's healthy. It doesn't mean she's healthy. You see, because I've worked with models and athletes, female athletes, and female competitors in the sport of bodybuilding and stuff like that. And when I did for models, I had models that were so skinny, their body fats was over 30%.
Mm-hmm. How can that be?
It's called skinny fat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Because you have now 5 pounds of muscle and 5 pounds of fat is the same weight. However, 5 pounds, next time I'm on your show, Chat Daddy, I'm going to show you. I have exactly 5 pounds of fat, what it really looks like, and 5 pounds of muscle. And I usually tell people, before I talk to them, I said, which one do you want? The 5 pounds of muscle is like this. The 5 pounds of fat is like this. So what happens is that the women have a problem with weight loss simply because of their hormones. And one of the reasons, above many reasons, why a woman actually goes into menopause is because as she gets older, her estrogen takes over the little testosterone that God gave her. So the only way she can actually get athletic is she has to work her body. She has to literally work her body. It's called weight-bearing exercises. That means you handle your what is tough, outrageously unique, challenging, highly motivated exercise. Teaching you how to work with you. So no matter where you are in the world, you can stimulate that little testosterone you have. What that does is that brings the estrogen down here. See, that brings in estrogen, so you might miss menopause. You might. Or you exercise. So the thing is that hormonally, if you don't exercise, ladies, you actually begin to suffer from muscle loss, which is called atrophy. So if you are walking, or you do the treadmill, or you do a lot of cardio, you're actually losing muscle. Because muscle has more volume, more weight volume than fat. Fat, another name for fat is fluff. Another name for fluff is simply energy. When you go get a liposuction, they actually suck the fat cell out of your body, and the body does not put it back. So if you go back to the same weight, you actually have craters in your skin.
Yeah.
Yep. No, he's right.
The best case scenario is just do the work. So when I travel, and I speak in certain things, I have hands-on workshops to help ladies, primarily because 95% of my clientele are female. And I help them understand the value in their bodies and help them understand. Because Chat Daddy, I'm going to tell you right now that unless you get to a woman up here, she ain't nothing.
Right.
You can show her everything. But unless she understands it, she ain't putting it to work.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So
very true. You're absolutely right.
The body type is very important. So once I start with the body type, the woman is actually she's really interested now. She wants to know, wow, okay, what body type am I? So say, for example, you're ectomorph. An ectomorphic body, usually in sports, they're long distance runners.
Right.
They have long endurance. Okay. A mesomorph or athletic are usually your sprinters. If you look at the difference in the bodies, a sprinter only runs 100 meters. A long distance runner runs what? They don't even need a car. Some of them, they can run 26 miles, right?
Right.
Right.
A long distance runner actually gets soft because the trauma in the running. Every time your feet hits the ground, 3 times your body weight hits your joints. Think about that.
Right.
If you're running 2 miles or 3 miles or 4 miles, that's a lot of trauma. So what's actually being used? What's used is the muscle. See, because muscle don't really understand running. They're just a support. But muscles do understand a push-up.
Interesting. Okay.
See, and that's for men. When men, after the age of 35, your testosterone, the men's testosterone, they go into andropause, which is male menopause. This is the problem. I did a lecture at Qualcomm to some CEOs. And this woman came to me afterwards and said, you know what, Tony, if I knew that, I would have never divorced my husband. This is why. Men are not taught that we actually go through, it's called andropause, because it's not normal for a man to know. And this is what affects relationships. This is why women get tired of men, because men don't understand certain things. They're not taught these things, you see. You accept menopause. You accept your menstrual cycles. You accept all of this stuff emotionally. But we just exist, but we don't just exist. It's actually when you have a baby, the man always experiences postpartum. He don't understand it, but the union actually creates that in him. So while the man is still a baby, the woman has a baby. You see, so what happens with the women? Then their lives become incredibly difficult because men are not taught the other piece of the puzzle. Women are after 35, we lose up to 1% to 2%, sometimes a week, or sometimes even sooner if a man's not exercising. And when you start to lose that, some men have an increase in estrogen, which they have swelling or water around the nipple, which is high estrogen inside of a man, right? Well, a man can reverse that if he exercises. But let me tell you this, for all the ladies out there, and I want to share this with you because this is one of the motivational reasons why I really got involved. And no disrespect to any man, but women are incredibly wise and smart.
Yep.
They are. And what happens is God has that for a reason. The reason is, if you look at the fitness industry, approximately 80% of the fitness industry is women. Women move the fitness industry because they're the first to care. Men, they just go in, we lift weights, and we call it a day. Hence, that's where you got the name dumbbell from, right? Because all we do is grab weight, right? I'm not saying that but a woman.
What you say, Tony? You're not saying, but I think you are saying, Tony. I'm just saying. We love you. Right.
You know,
I'm with you, brother. You preaching the knowledge, brother. Go right ahead, because I'm with you.
So the real issue is, where do we get our wisdom from? Most women never want to actually take care of a man they care about. They actually want the other way around. So when a man gets older, he loses his desire, and the woman is still working. The woman is still striving for perfection. She's always looking for a way to get better, while we just sit and say, well, I work. Okay. Or what else? How was your day, honey? Oh, it was okay. But we never ask you how your day was long enough to actually listen, because we will actually intimidate us. Because on the average today, a woman's salary is $500,000 a year. They call it domestic engineer. Can you imagine that? That's a lot of money. You see? So when you look at it, the women are actually at the forefront of health. The problem is, a woman always are looking for another woman's example who's already in shape. That will never happen. What I like to tell women is this: God made you beautiful. You're still the same beautiful woman you were in the beginning. You just grew a little bit. You got a little bit wiser. So let's go with the change, the transformation. As you get 20, 25, the body actually, your body, the DHEA only produces 25%. 26 years old, 27 years old, that thing that controls your weight actually starts to decline after every year of a woman's age. So what happens when you get 30 and 35 and 40, if you haven't exercised, you're not even thinking about being in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You do prepare for that, just like in pregnancy, you prepare for the journey. If you prepare for that, what happens is you look better at 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Because what's happening is you preparing the body for the journey. So your lymphatic system, your immune system, your mental faculties, everything stays in focus, and you look sexier than you ever have in your whole life. My best clients were 79, 80 years old, 65, 73. Mm-hmm. Amazing. And the guys actually look their age.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I talked to one woman. She was bowling because I love to bowl. She was bowling. She was 84 years old. I said, "Girl, wow, you able to do?" She looked at me, prideful. She says, "Tony, I buried 3 husbands. Now I'm ready to live." I go,
Right. We love mother. We love her.
This woman lasted 3 husbands.
Right.
And I told a little humor. This is a little bit of humor, right? This lady, she was up in age. She knew she was getting older. The husband was very wealthy. The husband said, "Listen, I love you, but when I die, I want you to bury everything, all my money, everything. I want you to bury it with me." And he actually put that in the will. So when she went back to her ladies, she asked the ladies, they said, "He's dying. Did he give you anything?" She said, "He told me to bury everything with him." She says, "Girl, all that stuff you went through? I mean, he was sick. You took care of him and everything." He said, "Yeah." So make a long story short, the guy dies. So the funeral's over. They go to the girl. They said, "Girl, did you do what he said?" She stood up. She said, "Yeah, I did. I wrote him a check." That's the wisdom of a woman. I'm going to tell you right now. Men, be careful what you say. Women are incredibly wise.
Right. I love it. Amen. Right. And let's see if he cashed that damn check. Right. Amen. Right. I'd put it in his pocket too. I'd have tucked it right on in his pocket. Take all that with you. Amen. Tony, that was a good story. That was a great story. I have a question, Tony. With all of these sisters that are going out here, going to the Dominican to get these butts and these tummy tucks and I love cosmetic surgery. I'm not against cosmetic surgery, but I'm trying to figure out how you carry all that there wagon. And a lot of times that wagon looked like it would be slowing these women down. So can we talk about that booty for a minute and what effect these big booties have on these women if they're not healthy?
We're going to address big booty. There's only 2 kinds of butts in this world, right? You know that, right?
No, what?
No.
Good old big ones and big old good ones.
Okay. I love it. Amen. Amen.
That's a good one too, Tony. Yeah.
Amen.
Right. Here's what happened, okay? When a woman gets cosmetic surgery, keep in mind, this is a truth, scientific truth. What's happening is they're applying something that's foreign into their body, right? So the body doesn't recognize that. What you have is a psychological disorder. When they add that extra additive to their butts or whatever, especially the butt, because sometimes they take the fat from another area, but I don't know how to do it. But what happens is the body, you take your whole body, just like liposuction. You actually change the original form that God has given you. And when you do that, you open up yourself to disease and illness, basically. Yeah. Because the body can't, if you put an extra butt on, the body, it might look good, but the body say, hold up. I don't really know that right there.
Right.
You see, so it might look good to you, but what happens is it actually jeopardizes your health. So what happened with me was there was a young lady, but she wasn't young. She was a producer in Hollywood. And she actually came to me and asked me could I help her get some muscles? She had liposuction and all this cosmetic surgery over 98% of her body. And we went to the room. It was her and me. And she, took her clothes off. And oh my goodness, man. Thank God. It looked so bad. It looked like the lunar, how the lunar modules on Mars, all those craters.
Mm-hmm.
She had so many holes in her skin. And you could see the cosmetic surgery. Because what happened was a woman actually add things to her body. It starts in the head.
Mm-hmm.
The body doesn't want it. It's just the mind wants it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked with many women who thought about it and then changed their mind after I shared with them, because there is a way to make it better. Keep in mind, the butt is a muscle. It is one of the largest muscles in the human body. You have to understand how it works, and you have to be willing to do the work. If you go ahead and plaster it on there like that, it won't last long at all. And I tell you what, if you have no clothes on, trust me, you cannot tell me you like it, because it doesn't belong. That's not the way God intended it. I believe that every woman in and of herself is beautiful and gorgeous, and she needs to be told that. And most women that do that come from a really sketchy background, and they can't get out of it. And it starts with a relationship with them. It starts with that relationship. And she has to go through life just trying things and experimenting when her dad had left her a long time ago. It's not about your father being at home. It's about your father being a father.
Amen.
Because the woman needs the relationship with her father to see what kind of man she wants in her life. If her father doesn't have time for her, then she's guessing. And she's trying. Hopefully she makes it through life without somebody killing her or abusing her.
Preach.
You know what, Tony,
Preach.
brother, ain't he preaching? Let me tell you something, Tony. This pandemic has allowed me to look into the lives of a lot of people and start thinking different about them. I know several people who had cosmetic surgery during this pandemic. Now, keep in mind, you really should be sitting your ass down during this pandemic, but they were showing everybody on social media where they went to another country, had surgery. I mean, team too much. And when they got back, I told a friend of mine exactly what you said. I said, these women have become unattractive to me because of they shared way too much. And I'm trying to figure out what made you go do all of this. And the funniest thing was, one of the ladies, I said, well, she should have had her neck and chin done while she was there. Because now, you done got this tight behind and lifted breast, but then now you're going to look at your face and find something out wrong. And somebody said, Art, you're absolutely right. Because I said just what you said is what I said too. Yep.
He's speaking truth, Tony, because, that's why I would tell even men, I said, if you're going to have daughters, make sure you have a good relationship with your daughter, because that's the first love of her life is her father. And how you treat the mother, sister, aunties is indicative of how this little girl is going to look at men. So you are on point.
If I can, let me share something personal, because this is for women. And this is very near to my heart. My mother was my best friend. I lost her 5 years ago. It was very hard for me because she taught me a lot about service. My mother was an incredible servant. Most Black moms are,
Yes.
But most importantly, what happened to me was my daughter. Now, I had my daughter when I was in my 20s. I was in the military. And I didn't want my daughter to go without, having a mother and a father. So I married the mom. I was 20 or something, 21. And I was very young, let's put it like that. And I didn't really know how or what I was doing, which means that the relationship didn't last long. But what we agreed on was, hey, you take care of the girl. I'll take care of her financially. Well, okay. That sounded good to me because I'm 20, 21, 22. I mean, I'm young. If it was a boy, I took my son, but it wasn't. So it went by. I went to my daughter's graduation. I talked to her every now and then, from what I see, and I tell men this all the time, when you can't work it out with the mom, don't leave your daughter, because what happens is that she's naked out there, and you can't make that time up. She's an amazing young mind, a young woman that you have the opportunity to change the cultural upbringing you had. Because I've got 3 sisters. So make a long story short, my daughter and I got into an argument. You know, I'm her dad. She's my daughter. You don't tell me, you know, she's in her mid-20s or whatever. So she actually left me at the lunch table in Dallas. I was in Dallas. And she didn't call me for 7 months. Now, here's the thing that God put on my heart. He said, you keep calling her. You keep telling her how special she is. You love her. Even if she doesn't call you back, you leave her a message or whatever. 7 months, I didn't my daughter. Finally, she called. And this is where the turning point happened. To all you ladies, and especially if any man is listening to me, and any father that has a daughter that's going to be a woman and somebody else's wife, this is what changed my life. It changed my life when I stopped being a parent. I stopped being a parent, and I learned to be a father. And what happened was my daughter looked at me and she says, Dad, I didn't care about what your mom was going through. I knew it was bad. I needed my father. It changed my life. My daughter is my hero. She's 40 years old. She actually is a supervisor at one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in Dallas.
Wow.
And here's the thing. She's not even married, and neither does she has any kids. Why? Because when I go see her, I sit and talk to her, and she finds it very difficult to find a man who actually is like her father. I don't deserve the honor she gave me. I don't deserve that. I just did what I know to do for my dad. But God turned it all around when I was able to listen to her. Sometimes we get too spiritual and we go, well, prayer help me do. No. Get off that. Let's get real. You hurt her. Go to her and make it right. Rebirth her. Let her know that she's special. Let her know she's a diamond. Let her know that she is somebody, that you had the problem and you left. You left her. She never left you. And see, that's the thing. And so what that resulted in, one of the many stories she tells me, is that one guy took her out, took her home at night after dinner, and, you know, paid for the thing. So he's taking her home. You know what it is. You take a woman out at night.
Right.
You know, going home, I paid for the dinner.
Yes. Right.
Well, the guy did that, approached my daughter like that. You know what my daughter did? My daughter pulled out her wallet. And this is what she told me. She pulled out her wallet, gave the money, pulled out the money for the bill, and popped him up to out of here. I'm not that kind of girl. You need to go. If you think I'm going to let you do this because you bought me a drink and some food, nah. She used the term. I didn't know what that was after a while. Ninja.
Yep. You're right, ninja. You got that right, a ninja. Well, wait, listen, Tony. That's funny. You're saying that. Recently, I was listening to a story. I guess women nowadays, or before this pandemic, they would rather go Dutch until they know the circumstance is right. So that's beautiful. You even brought that up. So go right ahead, sir. Yes.
And you know the beautiful thing is that I believe strongly, is that before you meet any woman, she's already got parents. She's already her own individual. She's already awesome. She might be fighting her own demons from guys who didn't know how to take care of her because they watched how their father did. So you got to take layer by layer the face of her exes off of your face. You got to be patient with her. You got to be able to listen to her. You got to be able to let her grow so that you can be there for her. You got to be able to understand that she's been through her pain. It's just like when people say, talking about you unfaithful. No, see, I see there's a huge difference in that. See, a man only needs an opportunity, but a woman needs a reason. And that's so powerful. Women just don't do things.
That's right. That's right.
You see, boy, really, I've learned so much from women, and I just want to honor every mom, every woman here today. You know, I'm telling you, it's really, really, you guys have taught me a lot. And at 61 years old, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, you know, because I don't know what God has in store for me, but I know that I learn a lot from my sisters, from my daughter. I'm telling you, it's incredible. It's incredible. You guys are awesome.
Wow. What a perfect Women's History Month guest. He knocked it out the ballpark.
Yes,
he really did. He did.
And you know what, Tony? I think I know my body type just by talking with you now. All right. I think I have an idea what my body type is.
Okay, let me see.
It's the first one, not the other two, the first one.
Endomorph?
Is that the one where you get fat?
Well, I can look at
don't ask about the weight now. We don't talk about the weight. Now you should know. Women don't tell the weight.
No, but I said this. I told some lady, I said, you know what? You got a weight problem. She go, oh. I said, no, can't wait to eat.
I'm just gonna guide this show. It's time for us to land this aircraft. Yes, sir.
For me, but see, for you, being where you are right now, here's the thing: if you've ever exercised or you didn't exercise, here's what's so awesome about where you are. The moment you start engaging in your normal body mechanics, like a squat modification or whatever the case might be, and you just start changing a little bit of your food. Don't just jump right into all these keto stuff and all this mess.
Right.
Just eat. Food is never your enemy. It's just the time that you eat it and what you eat that's important. And that's how when I have my clients, I go through with them day after day after day. They click their food to me all over the world. And I look at their food. And I can tell whatever goes in their mouth, this is how they look. So if you eat donuts, it don't look like a donut. You know, if you eat cake, it don't look like a cake, right? If you do that, I can tell you this, no matter how much you weigh, if you can give me, and this is a challenge, if you can give me 10 days of your life, just 10 days, then you'll tell me how you feel.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all heard it here first, guys.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Now,
I can do that.
Most dudes that look like Tony said, give me 10 days, it usually end up with bad credit and a police report. He's trying to help y'all transform your body. Look, we done all been there. Maybe I've been there. Maybe this is just my personal story. But yes, go ahead.
But it's really cool because, you know, I was telling Tracy, I said, you know, for me, you know, I really like the Real Chat Daddy show. The reason I do, because it hits home for me. It hits home for me because we need real content. We need real people, you know. And I told Tracy, as much as I can do, whatever he needs, I got so many subjects to talk about. But I think this will be really cool that when I say 10 days, that means I'm going to take you as a client and you're going to have to do everything I'm telling you to do for 10 days. And I'm telling you, your whole world will turn around because I'm telling you, it's really good follow-up, you know, especially for women to see that all you have to have is information. It's like, let me give you something so simple. Women have cycles every month, not every year, but month to month you have the cycle. The purpose is the body flushing out the system, right? So when a woman goes through her menstrual cycle, what does she crave? Chocolate. That's one of the things, right?
I don't, unfortunately. When I had my menstrual cycle, I never craved chocolate.
Well, hold up, but you crave a carb, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I'm going to tell you.
I did, but it wasn't chocolate.
A carb any carb is sugar, and this is because when your body's going through the filtration system, it's using an enormous amount of energy, and it needs energy. However, if you don't crave chocolate, it doesn't mean this is not happening. What's happening is you're losing a lot of iron because you're losing blood.
Now I am anemic, so that makes sense.
You see,
I'm anemic.
Is the best thing. I mean, that's why when women eat chocolate, 70% bitter chocolate or higher, not milk chocolate. But when you eat chocolate, oh my God, it satisfies the iron levels in your bodies. That's why most women crave it or crave carbs, right? Now, men, if you had 70% bitter chocolate, 70, 75, 80, what happens is it helps reduce heart disease.
Interesting.
Well, it's simple little stuff like that people really don't know. How does a man increase his testosterone? Well, if you did just push-ups, every push-up means testosterone increase because you're stimulating muscle. How do you make a woman lean? High rep volume, simple 20-minute workout every day, natural movement. Her estrogen level comes down with every exercise. Her testosterone comes up. She gets leaner. The older you are, the better you can look, ladies. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. All right.
10 days, Tony. All right, we got to talk afterwards.
Yep.
So you
Matter of fact,
touchefitness.com.
Yep.
I am.
What is it? Touche.exercise@gmail.com. When you send that to me, I'm for free. I'm going to take care of you.
Very good.
Oh, see that, Karen? Wait a minute. Let me write it down. Wait a minute. Touche what?
See
Touche
that?
what?
Very good.
Touche.exercise. @gmail.com.
At Gmail? Okay.
Touche.exercise@gmail.com. And as soon as you reach out to me, you give me all of your information. I'm going to reach out to you, and we can do a follow-up, because I'm going to tell you 10 days, 7 to 10 days, if you got anything going on, I'm going to let you say it. I'm not going to even tell you.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Renee, I already told you we going on hiatus, so that might be the perfect time when we go on hiatus.
Okay. I want to be right and tight. I want to be right and tight. And see what I love about Tony, he is so real. And see, that's when we've already established a rapport. So when I send an email, we talk. We're going to get real. So we'll get real offline.
And Daddy too. I mean, hey, man, come on.
I got you. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
I see you throwing that little muscle up there. Hey, Daddy, go.
Don't. We love that. We love that. Look, right. Amen. Yes. Oh, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Mr. Tony Hill, touche.com. Tony will be back. We're going to do the 10-day challenge, the 7 to 10-day challenge. Oh,
yes, we are.
Maybe I should do that before hiatus then. Okay. No, after hiatus. Okay, we'll figure it out.
We're going to figure it out.
But everything starts in the gut. You don't see your abs, you're not in shape.
Yes.
Got it.
If you don't see your what?
Your abdominals.
Oh, well, they extra. They fluffy. They big boned. It's just shut up. Never mind. Let's not make everybody cry on the show tonight, Tony. We love you, Tony. We do. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Mr. Tony Hill, Touche Fitness. Dee said good stuff. We appreciate you. Tony, we look forward. We're going to do our 10-day challenge with you.
We're going to do it.
All right. God bless you,
Tony.
Know your body
type. Know what?
Okay?
Know your body type. Right. Know your body type. Some of y'all built like trucks. Some of y'all built like buses. Right. I'm just shady. Just shady. Did I say that? I did.
You did.
I did. Some of y'all built like the refrigerator and the stove. Some of y'all. I might be included. I don't know. We'll see. But some of y'all built like the whole kitchen.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yes. That's all I'm gonna say.
We love you, Tony. You'll be hearing from me soon.
Bye. Yeah. Good night.
Good night. Take care.
See you later. Tony.
Bye.
I just love it. We do. Wow, that's our Tony. We do. We love it.
Oh, goodness.
Touche Fitness, you guys. We're going to do a 10-day challenge on the show.
We're going to do it. That's right.
All right.
I'm
that's
ready.
What we gonna do. What a show tonight. Boy, this has been a lot of fun tonight. Ain't this right? A lot of fun. Yes.
Yes,
all right.
Lord.
Okay, Renee, we have come to that time for you to give your closing thoughts. Anything else we need to talk about? This has been a good show. Busy.
We'll talk about it tomorrow about Dr. Seuss. We didn't get a chance to talk about Dr. Seuss last night about them 6 books that they banned now. Because we need to talk about that. Because we grew up with Dr. Seuss, so now they're gonna ban them. I just don't. Yeah. I don't get
I'll
that.
Tell you my theory tomorrow night. And then Oprah's big interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry is coming Sunday night. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night as well. We will.
Yes.
All right.
So let me just give my.
Yes, give that nugget, darling. Here we go.
It actually comes from Oprah. I was trying to find it, and I said it earlier.
Oh, take your time. Take your time, darling.
But basically, so you got to be like a queen, because a queen is not afraid to fail. failure is a stepping stone to your greatness. I'm paraphrasing, but I think all of you get it. That's by Lady Oprah. So that's Wise Words Wednesday. Hashtag do not let fear be your detractor.
Oh, that's funky.
So
that's funky. I love
that. Don't let fear be your detractor. We are all queens, and queens are not afraid to fail. It's part of the process. That's basically what she's saying. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge.com. Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge.com is where you can find out more information about Karen and all of her wonderful works and wisdom that she shares with everybody each and every day. So before we leave tonight, I need for you guys to mark your calendar for Saturday, April 3rd. Saturday, April 3rd, I have a wonderful event that will be taking place. It's the Insider Secrets to Successfully Booking Your Brand and Products with Chat Daddy. And it's Saturday, April 3rd. If you're interested in attending this event, send an email to booking@therealchatdaddy.com. That's booking@therealchatdaddy.com. And here's a wonderful thing. The event is $125 per person. But if you purchase your ticket before April 17th, your ticket is only $100. It's a 2-hour seminar. I guarantee you it's everything you need to know on how to brand yourself to be able to get on television shows, radio shows, as well as digital media shows. Kay Renee will be in the house that day. Miss Kim Coleman, a couple of other people will be there, but I'm teaching you all what you need to know, as well as I'll be doing individual classes on grooming people to be better with their presentation for any particular platform. So get your tickets. They're going fast. It's the Insider Secrets to Successfully Booking Your Brand and Products with Chat Daddy. And it is March 17th is the last day for the ticket sales. What did I say? April 17th. The event is Saturday, April 3rd.
St. Patrick's Day. Just remember that. You got until St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day. Right. Oh, I need to change that. I got April down there. Let me change that real quick. But yes, the tickets are only $100 until March 17th. And then after that, they go up to $125 per person. It's a virtual event, so you can sit at home with your own food, drinks, everything. But I guarantee you, you guys will learn so much at this event on what it takes. Things have changed with television shows, radio shows, digital media shows are now the hottest thing. And a lot of people want to know how can they do these events. And I'm going to share some secrets with you guys. Okay. So that's how that all works. So make sure you book your early bird special at booking@therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. All right. For more information about yours truly, you can always go to my website. Where is my website?
There you go.
Realchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. All right. Thank you to all of our amazing guests tonight. Chef JoJo was outstanding. Mr. Chris Moore. He'll be back with us next week to give us an update on the latest shenanigans and foolery in Texas. And then thank you to our brother from another, the one and only Mr. Tony Hill. He's going to put us on a 10-day weight loss challenge. I'm interested to see how this is going to go. And I felt bad, Kay Renee. I wanted to tell Tony my little muscles, but I like to date folks that look like him. And then you know, that's a whole, you know, like I get lucky in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, right. So I want to say you got a cousin, you got a brother. That's how you work out. I digress. With that being said, let's do our last demo before we say goodnight. Yes, right. Let me see. What mask am I going to wear? Since I just said what I said, how about I'll wear the Be Kind mask? This mask says Be Kind. Make sure you cover your nose and mouth nice and tight. You may want to wear 2 masks to make sure you are protecting yourselves. Kay Renee, your mask is beautiful. It looks great. You know, I'm loving these black masks on people because it makes us look royal. Like when Regina King had on her black mask. I don't know. And people wearing great eye makeup and eyeglasses, and I love the Middle East anyway. So look, I almost can't wait to go to Dubai. I'll be so sharp in Dubai. So,
yes, you
wear your
would.
mask. Yes, don't forget to wash your hands. Soap and water is the most important thing you can use. If you don't have soap and water, hand sanitizer will work. On this show, we call ourselves the sexy sanitizers. We keep our hands nice and clean. Yeah, look. Only page later on, OnlyFans. Look, rub them nice and slow. Yes, dry them off. Don't forget, we do 6 feet this way, 6 feet this way, and 6 feet this way. Keep people up off of you. And if you're not feeling well, keep your ass in the house. Keep your ass in the house. Stay safe. We'll talk more about the vaccine and all of that great stuff. On behalf of this beautiful young lady sitting next to me, the one and only Miss K. Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Let's see. We have some well wishes tonight. We want to just thank everybody. Another great show. Thank you so much, Debbie. We appreciate you so much.
Thanks, Miss Debbie.
We really do. Wamelda, Watika, Miss Klein, Lynn, we appreciate you. Carolyn Ruff, we've got to get you on this show one night.
Yes.
Carolyn Ruff is an amazing woman too. Thank you, Miss Williams. Oh, we appreciate all of you guys.
Thanks, Miss Tamerlane.
We do. Yes, we do. We love you guys. Thank you for being so supportive of the show. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time. Do me a favor, go over to YouTube. Subscribe to the show, The Real Chat Daddy Show on YouTube. It's free. It's easy. Also, Facebook, The Real Chat Daddy Show. And guess who's on TikTok now? I'm on TikTok. I am Chat Daddy _1 on TikTok. All right. We'll put all that on the screen for you guys real soon.
Yes.
All right, Debbie Green, we love you. We love all of you all. Thank you
Thank
so
you, Miss
Debbie. Much. We really do. We really, really do. God bless you all. Stay safe. And we'll see you tomorrow night for Relationship Thursday. Bye.
That's right. Bye, guys.
We love you all. Good night. Bye-bye.